Good morning guys, or welcome back to my channel and welcome to another video. It is currently a Saturday morning, like first thing, like obviously I am still in my pajamas here. But I think this video is just going to be a little week in our life. I have a few festive related things that I need to get done this week. So it is just going to be a nice chilled vlog, hopefully. I say, touch wood. So I believe this is actually the first time you guys have seen my new haircut. I cut myself a fringe and I think I've done a good job with the execution. I think I've done a good job at cutting it, but I just don't think it suits me. I don't love it, but I've cut it now. There's not a lot I can do except impatiently wait for it to grow out. So that is the plan. I think when it grows out I'll probably frame it into more of like a curtain fringe. I think that will suit my face shape a bit better. But yeah, so I don't love it. What do you guys think? I don't think it suits my face. Anyway, everyone is up. Josh is just in the bath. I am just about to give Avery her feed. She's already had her medicines and the boys are eating their breakfast. We don't have a whole lot planned today. As a matter of fact, we don't have a whole lot planned for the week, which is really nice. We have a week with no appointments, no therapies, which doesn't happen very often. So I'm going to take full advantage of this week and actually get some nice things done that I know I want to get done before Christmas. So I hope you enjoy spending the week with us. I've been having such a hard time with my laptop recently, guys. Yeah, I am still in my pajamas, and to be totally honest, I don't know if I'm going to change out of them all day because we have nowhere to go and it is freezing in this house at the moment. But anyway, my laptop's been playing up. I keep having to restart it. Every video I edit is just getting harder and harder to edit. What should take me a couple of hours is taking me so much longer. So I really think it's on its last legs, which is a shame. But anyway, I think what I'm gonna do today is have the boys write out their Christmas cards for their classmates. So I just bought them each a little pack of Christmas cards. I just got these from Card Factory. I'm pretty sure they were only like £1 each, and they come with 40 cards inside, so that's plenty for all of their classmates. What I need you to do first is write a list of all of your class's names. So everyone in your class.
Okay.
It is 20 days until Christmas. Good morning everyone, it is now Monday. I did not vlog yesterday just because we had a really chilled, relaxed day. It was another pajama day for all of us. All I did yesterday really was cut the boys' hair ready for Christmas, so they are all looking smart now. I have been trying to get Avery to go down for a nap. Excuse me, that's my phone, for a nap for the last half an hour because she woke me up at 5 o'clock this morning and has not gone back to sleep since. But she's not having any of it. Does this look like the face of a girl that is going to go to sleep? I don't think so. I don't think so. So I'm feeling a little bit tired this morning. I'd imagine Avery is too, but she's just being a pest. Aren't you? Are you being a pest? So, 5th of December, which means another day in the advent calendar. Oh, Pudding, why are you moody? She is not having any of it today. Oi, what's the matter with you? What's the matter with you? You're tired. Should have gone to sleep. I've had to come upstairs, guys. Avery wanted the TV. So, number 5 is a big one, which is quite exciting. Okay. Oh, okay, cool. It's a headband, like a turban style headband. Do you know what? I needed a new one, so I am quite happy with that. It's like a terry fabric. Ideal. It's a nice little surprise. I will pop that with the rest of my little collection. This is what I've got so far. So you guys saw the nail file. I had a nice little body spray and it smells really, really good. Yesterday's was an eye mask, and then the day before's was, I think it's a sheet mask. Yep, it's a sheet mask. So really nice little bits in there so far. I am gonna make some porridge for breakfast because it is absolutely freezing. I put my dressing gown on because it is so cold today. Like when we did the school run, it's kind of that, it's that cold that it stings your skin. So making some porridge for breakfast. I just realised that Josh used the last of the milk this morning. So I guess I am having tea and porridge without milk, but that's fine. He probably used it in the boys' cereal, so I'll let him off. Definitely doesn't seem as appetizing without milk. I've just put some peanut butter and maple syrup in it. That might be a bit weird, but I like it. Anyway, I'm gonna go and eat. Finally managed to get Avery down for a nap, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of feel like going for a nap myself, but I am going to power through. I'm gonna crack on with some Christmas wrapping because the boys are finishing school at the end of next week, and I really want to have all this done before they're home because I don't want them walking in on anything. Also, I'm not going to show you what I'm wrapping just because I know my stepson watches YouTube and I really don't want him stumbling across this video somehow and spoiling the surprise. So you would have seen me doing a little bit of tummy time with Avery earlier. That is something I am trying to do every single day now. Not necessarily tummy time, but having her in positions that forces her to use her neck strength a little bit more and lift her head on her own, because ever since she's been on the BACLOFEN, and even more so since we increased the BACLOFEN, she has really been struggling with her head and neck control. I feel like her neck strength has kind of really weakened a lot, which is such a shame because we've seen some really good kind of open hands and reaching and intentional reaching as well, and arm movements since she's been on the BACLOFEN. So we know it is working for her. It's just, it's a catch-22, isn't it? I mean, it weakens the muscles we want it to weaken. It weakens her arm muscles, which is where she has too much tone, so we want that tone to reduce. In turn, it's also weakened muscles that we really don't want it to weaken, like her head, because she didn't have the best head and neck strength in the first place. It was getting better. I mean, I could sit her kind of on my lap and she could support her head quite well with a little bit of support from me, but now, I mean, you've probably noticed it in my videos, if I sit her on my lap, her head just kind of flops forward and it's quite intense. So it's making me think that maybe she's using the strength of her neck to kind of bring her head up, but because she's kind of using a lot of strength because she needs to, it then ends up throwing her head forward and she just doesn't have the control to stop that and kind of keep her head central. So I don't know what to do at this point. I really don't want to
lose the benefits of the BACLOFEN. And according to Avery's gastroenterologist, BACLOFEN's actually been known to help with reflux too. Who knew? I didn't. We are still waiting for something to come into fruition from her Botox referral, because I know that Avery's paediatrician did send off a request for the surgeon to get in touch about Avery getting targeted Botox in her arms, because that is an option and that is targeted. It will just target her arms and it won't affect any other muscles. We also know that the BACLOFEN pump tends to target muscles as opposed to hit all the muscles that you don't want it to, but Avery's still a way off of even being ready for that. She's still nowhere near big enough. So yeah, I just really do not know what to do about it at this point. It's just, nothing ever seems to be straightforward with complex medical needs, and I suppose, you know, it's complex medical needs, it's within the name, but you try and do something for the good and it creates 2 more problems that you then need to address with something else that then creates more problems of its own, and it's just this vicious cycle that goes round and round, and it just feels like we can never win. Avery can never win, and it's really sad. Huge side tangent there, but long story short, that is why I am trying to do tummy time with Avery every day. I am hoping that even with the BACLOFEN, her head and neck muscles still can strengthen, and the only way to strengthen them is by using them. So I'm trying to force her to use them every day. If not tummy time, then I'll kind of sit her on my lap, but I'll sit her in a way that she can't lean against my chest. She kind of has to hold herself a little bit steady, or I don't know, just different positions that force her to kind of carry her own head weight, and I'm just hoping that in the long run that will help.
Morning everyone, it is Tuesday and I'm in my dressing gown again. The heating is on, but it is still so cold today, and I'm one of these people, like, I don't care if it's the middle of the day, I don't care what I'm wearing, I don't care if I'm in or out of the house. If I'm cold, my dressing gown goes on. Yesterday I went food shopping with my dressing gown on. It was under my coat so you didn't see it, but it kept me warmer. I'm just that person that lives in my dressing gown, which is a hint to my husband that I really need a new dressing gown because the ones I have are starting to get a little bit overused. But I am that person. I live in my dressing gown. Anyway, today I am going to set up the kids' Christmas Eve box. Please excuse the noise, by the way. We have builders up in the bathroom at the moment trying to put some tiles back in. So that's what that noise is. Anyway, I have this big box. I bought it years ago, I mean years ago, and every year for a good few years now I've used this as our Christmas Eve box. So they all have one box between them, they don't kind of get a box each. And then to go in it, the 3 boys each have a pack of these little Malteser mini reindeers. I may have to tax a couple of them because I really like these. They also have, oh, what's the other one? There it is. They also each have a little hot chocolate stirrer. I think this is mint chocolate. Then they have some plates. I think they're all the same. I just got these from B&M. They were £2 each, and I thought these would be good for like Christmas dinner and stuff as well. And then, like I said in another video, we like to do a family movie night on Christmas Eve, so they can put all their little snacks on their plates. And then every single year they get a new pair of pyjamas for Christmas Eve, and of course I have included Avery. The pyjamas I bought for Avery are really cute. I bought these from Asda. They just have little mistletoe all over them. I did wash and tumble dry them just to try and shrink them down a bit because they are massive. I got them from Georgia Asda, and their baby clothes tend to run a little bit big. So these are 12 to 18 months, but they still look like they may be a bit big for her, but they're gonna look so cute on her on Christmas morning. Zach and Eli each have a pair of these pajamas. They just have the tartan bottoms, and it says "'Tis the season to be together," which I thought was really, really sweet. I couldn't find Marley's size in these pajamas, so what I actually did, so the boys would still kind of match together, I just bought Marley a pair of tartan pajamas. I'm pretty sure I got these from Amazon, but these seem really, really nice quality, and because the legs on the bottoms on the boys' pajamas are tartan, I thought these would still match them really, really nicely. Obviously Avery's pajamas don't match. I was considering getting her a tartan pair, but then I saw those on Asda and I really fell in love with them. So, and then you may remember all of this from my Christmas decorating video. I decided I think I'm going to use this in the Christmas Eve box as like filler, just to pad it out and make it look a little bit prettier. So I am going to put all of this into here. And their Christmas Eve box is all ready for Christmas Eve. Only 18 more days. So Avery is just being fed now. She also has her little organic zoo outfit on. Oh, I still love this outfit so, so much. Quick update for you. We are going to view a house tonight. It's still rented. As much as I feel mentally ready to buy, we are nowhere near financially ready to even think about being able to buy a property yet. So it's renting again, unfortunately, and the area that we need to move to is to be closer to the hospital because of Avery not doing so well in the car. My mum works full time, and as much as she helps me out as much as she possibly can, doing it this way where I book an appointment and then check to see if my mum's available and rearrange it if she's not, and if she is, she then has to take time out of work. It's not sustainable this way. So the house we're actually looking at, and to be honest, all of the houses in that area are a fair bit more in rent than the house we're living in now. I moved into this house 6 years ago. It was pre-COVID, so the prices were different. The prices have shot up. The property market has just shot up since then, and for us to move out of this house into anywhere, we're going to end up paying more money, but to move to the area we want to, it's even more so. Like it's quite a lot of money more, and it's going to make things tight. We will be fine, we can afford it, but it will make things a little bit tighter than they are. But there's a few reasons why we feel like it will be the best decision. Number one, we can't keep waiting around for something affordable to come up. Like I said, the situation with Avery and her hospital appointments just is not sustainable. As she gets older, the appointments are actually coming in more and more, and I can't keep having people take time out of work to help me get Avery to a hospital appointment. It's getting ridiculous. I can't keep living this way. The lack of independence I have at the moment is just, it makes me feel sad, it makes me feel trapped, and I need to be living somewhere where I can actually get a little bit of independence back. If that means being able to take my daughter to a hospital appointment without asking for someone's help, that's great. If it means being able to get to a shop instead of having to wait for Josh to come home, or for him to go for me, or for someone to watch the kids, like I really need some independence back. So if spending more money each month, hopefully for the short term, means that my mental health doesn't plummet, then I feel like it's worth it. Another reason why we want to move to this area is because the secondary school in this area, and Zach's still a little ways off secondary school, he's got the rest of year 5 and year 6 to go, but the secondary school in this area has a really good ARB, so an advanced resource base,
meaning that they are well equipped for children with additional needs. I said that that was the school I really wanted Zach to go to, but living here, it wasn't an option because it's not in our catchment area, it's way too far. And then the icing on the cake is just knowing that we may not even be having a shower put back into this property, and if we do, then it's going to be a ways off, and we need a shower as a family. We really need a shower, and I know that that's, you know, it's first world problems, and I'm sorry for sounding so shallow, but with Avery needing so much attention, I don't have time for baths. The bath in this house is run on kerosene oil, and it is so incredibly expensive to switch that oil on to heat the water, and you know, there's 5 of us in this house. It's important that we keep Avery clean, obviously, because she is always open to infections and she seems to get ill much easier than everyone else. My husband, he has to have a shower or a bath when he gets home from work every day because of the line of work he is in, and you know, the boys, they're growing boys, they need to bath, and we cannot afford to run the bath as much as we're having to run it at the moment. That is just something else that's not sustainable, and that on its own probably could have been manageable, but it's everything at once, and this was just the icing on top of the cake. So we have started looking into properties to rent privately. We didn't want to do it this way just because of how expensive it is, but it's gotten to a point now where we feel like as a family we need to do what's best for us, and we need to weigh up, is saving the money really going to help us as a family if my mental health is plummeting and we're spending more money on the oil anyway? It's just, yeah, it's decisions you have to make as a grown-up, I suppose. Not easy decisions, but you just have to weigh up the pros and cons and decide what is going to be best for the whole family. And for me, the priority has always been getting nearer to the hospital. Number 1, for my independence, but number 2, so that I don't have to cancel or rebook all of Avery's appointments. If an appointment comes through, I know I can get her to it. And this house that we're actually going to look at this evening, on a nice day, I could walk to the hospital, so it would be ideal. I don't know if it's going to come into fruition yet. We need to go and check it out. We need to make sure that the room sizes are kind of big enough and laid out well enough so that we could fit our furniture in, because a deal breaker would be if our bigger furniture wouldn't fit in the house, you know, like our beds, the sofa, things like that, because we couldn't afford to replace that furniture. I will definitely update you tomorrow.
Oh my goodness, she's just so beautiful. Morning, it is Friday. Yesterday I actually filmed a different video, which you will probably see after this one, I think, either before or after, one or the other. But tomorrow is our little family gathering. I mentioned it a couple of weeks ago that we were having some family over, doing a bit of food, having some drinks, just having a little Christmas get together. So I thought I would do my nails. I've not done them in a fair bit actually, and normally I would let them grow out, but the last time I put gel polish on them I made a rookie error and I peeled it all off, and I think about 2 coats of my actual nail bed probably came off with it. So they're very weak at the moment, very thin, and they're not growing. And I watch Sophie Does Life on YouTube. She's really good. She does a lot of sort of beauty makeup type videos, but she recommended the brand Miley, and she talked about these fix and flash tips, and essentially all they are is like a press on nail, but instead of gluing them on, they're actually secured with like a gel that cures under a lamp. So realistically they should actually adhere better and be stronger, but I'll be the judge of that. So I'm gonna try it. I bought the long coffin shape. I didn't buy these directly from Miley website. I actually found them on Amazon because they were out of stock of this on the Miley website. So I bought the long coffin shape, but I have cut some down because they are a little bit too long for me. I've not had long nails in quite some time, so I'm not sure how I'm going to get on with them. I'd like to see how long they last really, because if they last well then they're definitely a much easier alternative to like acrylic nails. I do my own acrylics. I am a qualified nail technician, but acrylics take quite a long time and there's a little bit of skill, whereas these are just kind of stick on nails essentially, so it would save a lot of time. So
gonna give this a go. I have already prepped my nails. They've been filed down to 1 inch of their life because I want to start with a really blank canvas, and I'm hoping they will grow a bit underneath them as well. Wow, this angle makes me look awful. Anyway, I am just finishing up my my other hand now. It was my right hand, so it was definitely much harder to do, but I have finished the one hand. I am really happy with how they turned out. Excuse my witch fingers, but yeah, I just went with like a nude pink colour. I actually bought some new nail polishes or gel polishes. They are these ones here. I bought them on Amazon and it came with 6, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it came with 6 like neutral kind of colours. I like neutrals. And then I just added some glitter on top because it'd be rude not to at this time of year. But overall judgment on the Miley tips, what are they called? Fix and Flash tips. They feel really secure. They're a little bit fiddly. I think it would take a bit of practice, especially if you've got no experience in nails. They're a little bit fiddly to get used to, but once I kind of got the swing of it, I managed fine, and they feel really secure, and it was much faster than doing a set of acrylics. So yeah, I don't know how they're gonna last yet, so I'll have to update you guys, but so far on first impressions, I would definitely recommend. Avery is just being fed, and I've just managed to have some breakfast at 20. Oh dear, what's going on? I swear this feeding pump, guys, and I know I'm not the only one because I speak to other mums who have children with feeding pumps. We recently had the supplier changed, the NHS changed their contract, and the new supplier and their pumps are absolutely ridiculous. They're constantly having error messages for no reason whatsoever, and it's just a pain in the backside. But anyway, I've completely lost my track of thought now. Oh yeah, so just had some breakfast at 20 to 12 in the morning, finally got round to it. Little lady is very displeased about being in my arms. She just doesn't like to be in my arms anymore. I think she's gotten used to the freedom of being on the floor, and every time I sit her on my lap, she just gets all stretchy and dystonic and tells me that she's not happy, but she's not happy in her bouncer either, and obviously she can't lay flat when she's being fed, so she kind of just has to deal with it so she can get a full tummy. It might look to you guys that I never change because I'm always wearing the same thing, but honest to God, this week, I don't know what has happened, but it is so cold here in the UK. I don't know if it's all of the UK, but southwest of England, it is absolutely Baltic, and I'm probably sounding like a baby because I know there are places that get much colder, but here it's kind of like 5-6 degrees according to my weather app, and it doesn't even sound that cold, but it feels really cold. And this house doesn't retain heat very well, so we can put the heating on and as soon as it turns off, the heat just kind of goes out, it disappears, and it's freezing cold again. So it's not been fun. It's been very cold. I feel the cold really, really easily. I don't do well in the cold. I ache, I hurt in the cold. So I've been living in my dressing gown pretty much for the last 2 weeks. Luckily I do have more than one, not that you may think it, but luckily I do have more than one so I can rotate, but that is why I've pretty much looked the same every single day of this vlog. Anyway, I said I'd give you a bit of an update about this house that we went to view. We went to view it. What? It's not perfect, but where would be perfect? But the location is really, really good. I could walk to the hospital on a good day, and it's nice. And we decided that we liked it, and we expressed our interest to the letting agency, and we've been waiting to hear back from them. Apparently the landlord lives in Australia, which leaves a very small window of communication. We haven't heard back from them, and it's kind of gotten to the point now where like we can't just keep waiting around because the landlord may not even accept us yet. So we're actually going to view another house tonight and see if we like this one. This one's location isn't as good. I mean, it is still much, much closer to the hospital than this house, but it's kind of on the other side of the town that the hospital is in, so I certainly wouldn't be able to walk it. I might not even be able to drive it because it might just be a little bit too far for Avery with traffic, or too long in the car with Avery with traffic. But there should be a bus route which shouldn't take too long to get to the hospital, which gives me my independence back. So yeah, really not much of an update, but we are actively looking for somewhere else to live now, and who knows, there may be some moving vlogs coming up soon. I am going to close off this vlog in just a second, but first I thought we would open my advent calendar box for today because I haven't done it yet. Number 9 is also a nice big box. So oh, it's so much easier to open that box now I have some nails. Is this like a scrubbing mitt? I think it is. That's quite handy. I wonder if it's for body or face. I'd imagine body. Might be a bit rough for face. It smells really, really nice. I don't know if it's meant to smell nice or if something smelly has leaked onto it. The calendar's really impressed me so far, to be fair. This one's got more kind of self-care type stuff in it, which I've really, really been enjoying, so happy with that one. I hope you enjoy spending the week with us. If you did, then please give the video a thumbs up. It really helps me out, and hit the subscribe button if you want to follow us along on our journey. And with that said, I will see you in a few days with another video. Bye guys.